Hello ladies and gentlemen, today is Tactical Gaming X HD, and this is my first video here for you today, so I thought I'd stay true to the tactical name, and I'd bring you some Empire Total War content. Now I'm not the first YouTuber to record Empire Total War content, but I mean, it'd be a good start. So what we have here today are the French. What we have here today is the French army against the Russian army. So let's start, shall we? So I guess we can move up our infantry right here in the foliage. Then what we'll have here, we'll have our line infantry attack the middle flank. And I like to do this due to the fact that they'll be expecting an attack from this unit right here. So I kind of like to cross attack so that it creates a sense of confusion for the enemy. Now, what we'll have here, I like to keep the general's bodyguard back, and I like to have mass attacks on the smaller flanks. Now, I can see the infantry, the horse regiments over here are starting to move in to try and attack us. So what we can do, we can have them go up against another horse regiment. So, you see we're taking some fire. So I think right now would be a good time to have the units charge up. Now, not to completely charge against them, but I mean sort of have them fall back a little bit so we can attack when needed. Now I think for this line we'll allow them to, I'll command them to when they are to fire at will. So these men right here, so we'll have canister shot. Oh, there we go. So as you can see, the British units are falling back. So I think this would now be a good time to have our infantry sort of take a different tide in the battle. As you can see, I guess we charged too much. So what we're gonna have is we're gonna have them go up against the British close quarters. So I guess since we can overpower them, I'll have them go into melee mode, the infantry as well, to help take care of that threat. So, oops. So what we're going to do here, we're going to bring our line infantry up. Both of our line infantry units, we're going to have them charge forward. Just get a little leeway. As you can see, the British are waiting for us. So we're going to stop. And right when they're in our line of fire, we're going to start. So the general's bodyguard is going to come, and we're going to allow them to fire at will. Whereas we already set up our artillery. Lord. Okay. So we're going to move up with our men. And since we overpower them, I think they're going to try for a charge from the way it looks. Yep. They're attempting a charge. And we'll meet them head on. So our infantry units are falling back. So I think now would be a perfect time for it to be guns for this battle. And I have purposely saved these men over here, so I'm gonna have them come over here, then send our other infantry unit to help support in the cause. So what we're gonna do here as well, these men, I'm going to have them charge up against the 12 Iber foot infantry. So one of the units are going to be here. Now what I'm going to do, the reason I have the infantry going against these men, charging, and also having them stop an attack, is because I want to have the enemy fall back. I want them to feel like they're going to be cornered at any certain point in time. So, as you can see, my French infantry are firing right now. Since... Now, what we have here, the British are going to be trying something. So, we're going to have our horsemen, our cavalry, excuse me, attack these men over here. So, we're making they're feeling inspired by the nearby unit, but really, while they're deciding to fall back, some of them are deciding to fall back, I think now would be a perfect opportunity for one of our other units to be able to come and attack that other artillery unit head on. So I'm gonna go to my canister shot, and I'm gonna support these men over here. So it may take them a while, but in the meantime, I'm going to move my other units back. Then we have another unit, yet another. So while they're trying to overwhelm my men, now would be the perfect time for this specific unit back here to go up against these men. So I think a full-on charge wouldn't be a generally smart idea at this point in time. As you can see, these men aren't doing so hot. The general's bodyguard aren't doing so hot against my men. So what we're gonna have is a fire upon the general's bodyguard. And I always like to sort of lure the general's bodyguard toward us at any given time, so that while we maintain our ranks, I mean, it'll either be a good battle or a bad one. And as you can see, we desperately need these men over here. They're about to rout, or they were about to rout. So I think what we have over here, the British are going to overwhelm us. Now we have them from the back, so I think plug bayonets, it would drastically reduce our firepower from this huge line infantry unit over here, but since we have the numbers, I don't think we'd generally lose anything from this. So my main objective, or my battle plan, is to have these men over here come and support these men. So I mean, just sort of like sandwich them. We've lost quite a few men, not as many as I had thought, but as they're not really prepared for the combat, we have a plug bayonet, so that's going to give us close quarters combat advantage. They're just a little shaken from that, and as you can see, we've got a couple men coming in from the back from some of the units that are far behind. Now we have to pay attention to these units here as well. So these British men are about to rout. Oh, they are routing then. So our main objective now would be to have these men double time it to the next station. Now our general could have been killed in this, but luckily he wasn't, due to the simple fact that Lord, as you can see, they're being drawn more toward. See, See, the general is routing as well, so that's going to drastically reduce morale, and I mean, we may lose the battle of this. Oh, Lord. Let's see. 26 against our 53. I think we have better chances running as fast as we can behind. And now what we're going to do here, since they have their support, I think it's time for us to do a full-on charge with our men with the plug bayonets. See, these men are routing, and we're steadily picking up the pace. So I'm going to order plug bayonets over here. So really what we should do is have a full-on melee battle. Now I'm going to have these men charge toward the Hessian infantry. And what that's going to enable me to do, they're not going to be able to plow through. They're not going to be able to they're not going to be able to compensate for what I'm doing here. So we're going over here, attacking the general's bodyguard. They only have 31. We have about 200-300 troops here, so I mean they're about to lose this one. So we're taking out the morale from where it stands. As you can see, these men are about to lose. See, they're being circled right now. And we have our infantrymen right there. So, see, the British are moving their line infantry from trying to attack this general area where my artillery is. So they're going to try and sandwich us as well. But I already have my French infantrymen over here firing to sort of give